think a lot of Japanese fans have misconceptions about American baseball, but American baseball used to have a lot of bunting and also like contact hitting, right? It wasn't just about home runs in the past. Tell us about like how different it was back in the days.
Well, I mean, back in the days there's a lot of different eras, in baseball history. So you're talking about the 20s is different from the 40s, is different from the 60s, is different from the 80s. But I think what's happened lately is there's been a lot of analytics that have studied things, about what kind of outcomes create the most runs, which is ultimately all that matters, is how many runs you create. What they came up with, which is what I told you, is that a strikeout is no worse than a ground out. By preventing yourself from striking out, you're just going to end up with either a single or a ground out. That's not really any better than taking your same swing and ending up with a strikeout or a home run. There's the options. If you have a single or a ground out or strikeout or a home run, you're going to go for strikeout or a home run because the home run is a lot better than a single, a lot bigger improvement on the single than the deficit from the ground out to the strikeout, which is negligible. And as for bunting, it's another thing that they've come to realize, that you want to preserve all your 27 outs and try to have big innings and not just give away an out in order to score one run. Certainly late in the game, if it's a tie game in the ninth inning and you have your leadoff guy at second base, that's different because the one run can win you the game. But if it's the second inning, you don't want to just try for one run at the expense of a 3-run inning, because there's a lot of game left and you want to score as many runs as you can.
40 years ago, people were still bunting with second inning, runner on first.
Yeah, it seems crazy now. Nobody would ever do that now. So, and it was probably a bad idea then, but they just hadn't really done the math to figure it out.
What do you think about those evolvements? Some people say it's making baseball one-dimensional, not as interesting. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
Well, that is certainly true to an extent. I think people would rather watch the ball be put in play. Having a single or a ground out certainly is more entertaining than a strikeout, because you see the ball in play, somebody's gonna have to make a play on it. If he gets a single, there might be, maybe he's gonna go for second. There's a lot more interest to watch that. And the game moves a little quicker if guys are putting the ball in play early in the count, so you're not going so deep in counts all the time. But I think the problem is right now the teams don't really care, for lack of a better word, what's most entertaining to the fans. They care about what will score them the most runs and win them the most games. So I think what a lot of people are talking about is what ways baseball can do to align the incentives to where teams have incentives to play a game that's more entertaining for the fans. And that's a whole separate topic. There's a lot of different ways that people talk about doing that, but as of right now, it doesn't really exist. And that the game that works out best for the players is not necessarily the game that works out best for the fans to watch.
For you personally, has baseball become less interesting?
A little bit. I do, when you see a game that's got so many strikeouts and so many 3-2 counts, and it takes 3 hours and 20 minutes to play a 5-1 game, that's just not really that interesting. That is a little disappointing. But, in general, it's still my favorite sport. I still would watch a baseball game anytime over, any other sport.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future videos. You can also watch our past videos from the description below. Hope to see you again next time.